Well, that took a while. Fun and games with the gadget. Phone was giving me a fit. Had to reboot several times. Wrap the damn thing in tin foil. And now it seems to be working again. Kind of funny. Little red car. Man. I guess me coming out here talking about letting go of all of my anger towards these people in the hood and forgiveness and all that doesn't mean bad people are going to stop doing what they do. As a matter of fact, I kind of had a feeling that the people that like giving me a hard time were going to turn up the heat. And what are you going to do? Test my resolve. It's all right. Oh, man. So I went into town on Monday, picked up some laxative and some stool softener for the dog, and gave it to her. A few hours later, sure enough, she needed to go. And she got a little bit of solid out, but man, she really got the runs. And then yesterday, gave her some more meds and got her out again, same kind of thing. She really had the run. She's been drinking a lot of water. And I was watching her in her bed, keeping a close eye, trying to make sure she didn't have no accidents in the house. And her tail started twitching real bad. So I bent down and scooped her up, tucked her tail to try to keep the trap door closed. And man, she just had an accident. All over me, all over the house. It was quite the mess, like having a little baby, you know? And normally that would have got me real upset. And I was just glad that things were moving through her and she was flushing her system, but spending a lot of time cleaning and washing blankets and scrubbing floors because she got it all over the place. But such is life. Well, I see 6 and 1. I had a feeling the trolls would be on me right away. And the couple of videos that I dropped about Mother Nature and the critters in the yard, those videos got flagged, got no circulation. Like I said, just because, forgive and forget kind of thing don't mean bad people are going to stop doing what they do. But I think I got a pretty solid plan for what I'm going to do after court's over and it's time to get out of here. Let me see what kind of comments we got going on. I didn't see no notice banner, and I only see one of these, so that tells me. Accidents happen, what can you do? Amen, brother. Yeah, and it was quite the mess. I just washed and mopped the floors, and, it was pretty gross, but like I said, I was just glad that she's still backed up for sure, because I know how much has gone in and I know what's come out. So I'm going to stay on the stool softener, but I'm not going to give her any more laxative for a while, and try to work her back into some solid dog food. And hopefully, but I can tell she's not feeling good and she's walking real slow. I mean, she's old, and I'm just prolonging the inevitable and keeping her comfortable so that she goes when it's her time, right? Justin, good to see you. Oh, there goes the notification banner. Midnight, how are you? I'm hanging in there. Thank you for asking. Jesse Martinez, what's happening, homie? Good to see you. Shurkin's in the house. Good morning, Misfits. Wish you all the best and God bless. And the same to you, Shurkin. Always a pleasure. D-A-N-I. Dane Jean? I'm sorry, I'm probably screwing that up. I don't read so good. My apologies. Good morning. I can't believe she's still hanging in there. Damn. Yeah, man. She came real close to passing away twice. When you go see that short, when her eyes were bugging out, that was a real bad sign, and her pupils were blown. I thought she was a goner for sure. And then going 5 days with no water, I didn't think you could even do that. And the only moisture she got was in the yogurt, and the yogurt was the only thing she would touch. She wouldn't eat anything. And I thought, well, here we go. She's going to go. And then she just had this big turnaround again. And I think going that long without water dried her out, which made it hard for food to pass, is my guess. I'm no veterinarian, but the fact that I tried 3 different vets locally, it's like everything in this town. I'm very much hated on, and there's nobody here that's going to help me. I mean, I still need to get my well water tested. You know, I've had bad luck with real estate agents. I can go people trimming trees, and the list is quite long when it comes to people that don't like me here. And after court on the 28th, that'll finalize all my nonsense with the sheriff's department and the courts and all that, and clear my record. It's very important to me that I have no criminal history. I explained that to my lawyer. I said, there's no way I'm going to accept anything other than a clean criminal history. I'm no criminal, and what took place wasn't a crime. Maybe it was disturbing the peace or some silly thing. And he goes, well, I'll try to get it knocked down to a citation. And they agreed to that. So it'll be a ticket, which means no probation and no criminal history, nothing on my record. And I said, cool, I'll do that. He goes, as long as you agree to leave. And I said, well, I was going to do that anyway. So as far as their plea bargain is concerned, I told him, I said, if you can resolve this without actually having to go to court, that'd be great. But if I have to go, if I have to go to court, so be it. I go, but if you and the DA can work it out and I can pay a fine, it was $500 fine, and he made an offer to them to drop it to $250 and get my $7,000 back and whatnot. So hopefully after the 28th, all that gets cleared up, and I can go back home. I need to get to California, and I need to get to a hospital that I've been to before. The place that did my lung surgery and my spine surgery, UCSF, they are a high-powered hospital, and I'll see a infectious disease specialist and get on the right medication for this parasite, because me and Mama Dog still got issues. I can see it in her and me, and I'm 100% positive, and I will make sure that the hospital up here that labeled me with parasite delusional syndrome will be removed from my medical history. Otherwise, they'll get drug into a courtroom to get it removed. I'm not looking back on all the civil rights violations and all the other nonsense, but in regards to the hospital, that's not going to stand on my... I see a doctor for an hour, and he's going to label me delusional. That's beyond an insult. Disparaging my character, man. It's like a clean criminal history. I watched my mom and my brother suffer from mental illness, and that's never been an issue for me. I worked for 37 years, got a pension and Social Security, no trouble with law. My mental health is quite good, other than having this CPTSD, this anger and sadness. I can cop to that, but in regards to a parasite, I see it in the toilet. So I know what I know, and I'll get that cleared up. No pun intended, but when I get back home, I'll get it cleared up. I'm just a little worried because my research shows that some parasites, there is no cure. And I don't know what I'm infected with. And from what it looks like to me, it comes from dirty water. But until my sample gets tested, I won't know for sure. And the ivermectin is effective, but it didn't cure it. Unless it had to go through another life cycle before it actually wipes it out. I don't know. But my energy is up and down, just like before. Scabs on my skin, all that nonsense is still an issue. So it sucks, man. It does. It sucks a lot. Message held for review. Are you a Christian? I'll show that. Let me back up and check some of these other comments. COPS, cops have chops, have marks of the beast in equipment on their right arm to mark of the beast during handshake. Whatever, dude. Corey, greetings from New Zealand. Good morning. It's currently 1 a.m. Wednesday. Nice to meet you, Corey. Sending my blessings. Thank you. Right back to you. DAIN. Dane Sean, double tap to like, guys. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And if there's no subscribe button down there, if somebody tries to subscribe and there's no subscribe button, I'm sorry, man. Someone else tried to subscribe and there was no button. And once again, the fun and games on this YouTube channel, it is what it is. I'm here about the ad on Craigslist. Is this couch still available? Grow up. As long as it's not in your brain. Well, it's in my scalp, bro. It's in my scalp. I got scabs on the top of my head and on the side of my head. But I know what you're saying. And I've had them in my ear, behind my ear. So they're from the top of my head to the top of my feet. Right? I don't know. But the sad truth is I've been infected for over 2 years. And I got to imagine they've done some damage in that length of time. But I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I was probably sick for close to 2 years before I realized what was wrong. And it's been over 2 years because I got sick within months after moving here. Within the few first months, that's when I first started noticing these little scabs popping up, and I didn't know where they were coming from, and I would treat them with alcohol. And being a sheet metal worker, you get your hands cut a lot. And if you don't take care of a small cut, it'll get infected. And then it hurts, right? So I know to take care of small wounds immediately because they just get worse. And these things don't come away. As a matter of fact, they reoccur in the same location. I got scabs that came back up the same place they were before, and they went away for a long time. And when you look it up, they go through breeding cycles. And I don't even like talking about it. But the fact of the matter is, I need the right medication so that I can get rid of them. I've been taking ivermectin every day for a couple of months now. And that worries me because I don't know what the long-term effect is from using ivermectin for an extended period of time. I'm no doctor, but I've been to 2 different hospitals, brought in samples. I went to the Mayo Clinic and brought them a stool sample, and it had to be within 6 hours. So I took care of that, brought it down to them because I was instructed to over the phone. And I get there, I see this lady. She asked me, have you had parasite delusional syndrome before? I said, lady, I don't have it now. What are you talking about? I'm sick. I need your help. I go, what you do? Call the other doctor? Yeah. She never looked at the sample. She never took the sample, had it tested. I said the same thing to her that I said to the Asperius Medical Group. You mean to tell me you don't have a microscope to look at this? There's the door. And when I find out what it is I'm infected with, if the hospital suggests that I should sue these people in order to clear my name and get that off my record, I will. I just want to get healthy. I don't want to mess around with no lawsuits and all that nonsense. I want to be healthy. But I was hurt by both these hospitals. I'm still sick. And any damage that has occurred because of their inept service, they're liable for. That's why I put my little doggie in the freezer, because I think she died from this parasite. And then me and Mama Dog started taking the ivermectin after Kimba died. And I think that's why Mama Dog is still here. But her health is for shit, and so is mine. And that's the facts. And I got plenty of samples. They're right inside my body. All you got to do is look at the toilet after I get done sitting on it, and they're right there. You can't deny it. I know that's gross and all that, but I live with this every day, man. It's extremely stressful. And when I first got a heavy outbreak of this nonsense, I had this real bad equilibrium problem because it was in my ear. And I hate talking about this out here because people like to bust my balls. But I come out here and I journal every day. I try to stay plugged into you good folks, share my stories, my adversity. And, you know, you guys are my support group. I've said it many times. All your love and kind words and prayers goes a long way for a lonely old man. Not to mention, this is my journal, right? This is my story, my life story. Not too many people have the kind of material I do when it comes to stories. Growing up in foster homes and what I went through as a kid, how I met my dad, and I can go on and on about story material, right? If I ever did an autobiography, anyway, this YouTube channel is my autobiography. Whiskey, scare, S-C-U-R-V-Y, scurvy. No, it's not scurvy, dude. Are you a Christian? Yes. Good morning, 1964 Flyers in the house. What's happening? Message held for review. I got to open these because good messages keep getting hid. How many kids have you touched? I'm going to show that one. And I'm going to screenshot that. I complain to YouTube all the time about gang stalking and harassment. So I'll be screenshotting those messages and then I'll email them to YouTube. I'm tired of complaining to them and them not doing nothing about it. Woke your ass up from this stream. Hide that one. Go back to sleep. Yeah. If you send your water out to be tested, make sure you send it outside of the region. You know, believe me, dude, I have to sell this property and I need to know that that well is safe. I got a lead on a lab. I'm not going to talk about it, but I got a lead on a lab. I haven't been able to get a hold of them yet. I got to get a hold of one person who's going to have the information I need to find this lab, and I will bring in water sample, water filters, and I'm going to try to find a lab that can test this parasite sample that I have that I've shown you guys several times. And that way I'll know before I get out of here exactly what's what. There's also this thing up this way called a deer fly. And if it bites you and it's infected, it can give you a parasite. It's in northern Wisconsin. It's called the deer fly. And whether it was from the well or a deer fly, I don't know. But I do know I'm sick, and I know exactly what it is. I just don't know how to treat it. But thanks for that, Whiskey. Absolutely. I will deal with people outside of this county. As a matter of fact, outside of this state. Michigan's not far away. So there's options I have before I leave here. And I don't know how long I'll be stuck here. I'm hoping to leave before winter gets bad. I just don't know if logistically I can do it. If I can, I'll be gone within weeks, not months, but too soon to tell. Ray, you need ginger, apple cider vinegar. I'll give that a try. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll try any natural cure, believe me. Little Rufus, whatever, DJ, whatever that's supposed to be all about. Sharon's in the house. Did the doctor prescribe ivermectin? No, no. They said I was delusional. He looked at it with a magnifying glass, not a microscope. He was inept at best. And there was a member of this, there was a person in the hospital at the reception desk right before I went to see the doctor who lives in this neighborhood. People in this neighborhood have a great deal of sway in this town. I find it hard to believe they have influence at the hospital, but it made no sense how I was treated at the hospital. So whatever the case may be, I had to self-medicate with ivermectin because people in the comment section was screaming at me to go get it. And I was so sick, I thought I was gonna die. If you go to my older videos when I was out here screaming about how bad I felt, I had an ache and pain in my lower back. I don't know if it's your kidneys or your liver or something, but something down there hurt so bad, it had me doubled over. I could barely walk. I started treating with ivermectin because it was the only thing I could do. And as soon as I started that medication, within days, I started feeling a lot better. You can see the progression of how sick I got and how much better I got since then. I didn't have the strength to walk to my mailbox. I was crying to my attorney. I need a doctor. I need help. So ivermectin, I get at the feed store, and it's the only thing that's helped me. And unfortunately, I had to do it myself. It's crazy, but I'm still here. And Mama Dog is still here, and you can't deny that. And my videos show how sick I was. I could go pull the sample right now and show you guys exactly what it is. I've done it out here a bunch of times. I'm not going to do it again. What's up? Batshit crazy. Message retracted. Get 2 independent tests far apart. Oh, I'm gonna, believe me. I'm gonna be very thorough. Last thing I need to do is sell this property and then have somebody come after me because they got sick from buying this property. I'll know what the source is, and I'll know exactly how I got it so that I can get healthy once and for all. I don't have a choice. It won't go away. It's better, but right now, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, it's progressively gotten worse again, including my energy. So if things go sideways or go south for me, you guys are gonna know it. You're gonna see it. And if one day I'm not out here anymore, you're gonna know why. I'm not a drama queen. I came up here to start a charity. I had high expectations. Once I bought this property, I was real excited. And all the videos are here. From the time I got here till the present. 3 years almost. It'll be 3 years in February. Any lawyer, any doctor, any judge, any cop, anybody of authority can go back and see everything. See, the thing is, I always knew I needed a witness. And in my divine wisdom, logging everything or vlogging, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube, I knew would be my witness across the board, the good, the bad, the ugly. If I put everything out here every single day, it was the only way I could cover my ass. Because otherwise it's his word against yours, right? He said, she said kind of stuff, just like these restraining orders. I've documented everything, everything. 2 women that I've had no dealings with. One I've never met her, tried to put a restraining order, failed, got the papers served to me on my birthday, and then she refiled a second time on the 13th, twice. I got served papers on my birthday, which is the 13th, and then 1 month later on the 13th got served papers again by the same woman who lied in a courtroom talking about malware and spoofing phone numbers. And then the other woman, we spoke twice, pleasant conversations. And when I hollered at her husband for running a skill saw early in the morning, she filed for a restraining order. And because I missed that court date, I confused the court date and I wasn't there, she got her restraining order. Her and I have never had no words, no dealings whatsoever. And I've documented all of this. That's why I was so insistent about finding a civil rights attorney and sticking up for myself. And the woman that lied in the courtroom committed a felony. She perjured herself in order to get me in trouble. That is a felony by law, but nobody cares. So I'm just walking away from it all. But I've documented everything. I made a video out here with the recording that is on this phone, her own voice saying how, if anybody knows I called you, I'm in big trouble. I got 2 voicemails from her. More proof for a courtroom. But these people up here don't care. Law enforcement don't care. And what I went through in the jail was criminal. But I'm just gonna walk away and get healthy. It's a waste of time to try to fight with these people and get lawyers and sue and all that nonsense. I can't get no help, so I just got to let it all go. Forgive these people for what they did, get it out of my head, quit dwelling on it, get healthy, and go start my dog rescue somewhere else. It breaks my heart to have to think what happened to me and what probably took the life of my little Kimba dog. Because like you said, if that parasite got in my dog's brain and what I saw her do and the way she was acting, running around like crazy, screaming, and then drop dead in my arms, man. It was horrific. And it's all right there for everyone to see. Every single bit. I'm out here every day. And like I said, I knew coming on YouTube and putting this material on YouTube would save my ass because you guys are my witness. Both these women tried to take away my free speech on YouTube. Both of them came after my firearms, and the judge shot them down on both counts. They got their restraining order saying, oh, you can't, with electronic device, meaning I can't call them or hassle them and all that stuff. I said, I never did. The one woman, I never even met her. She lied. Bold-faced lied in a courtroom and got away with it. That's why I've said out here many times, I worry about my safety. Having these people hassle me, and whether those people have connection to people in this neighborhood, I don't know. But I've been hated on since I got here. This thing they call gang stalking and gaslighting, terms I never heard of before. I heard the words, but I didn't know what they meant. Now I do. Right down to the things that happen on this YouTube channel and people hacking into my gadgets. But I've called every law enforcement agency outside of this county, including the alphabet soup. Nobody cares. So I'm just let it all go. Quit thinking about it because it tears me up inside. Sorry, I gotta keep my eye on Mama Dog, make sure she's not wandering around gonna have an accident. Because as soon as she gets antsy, boy, we're outside right away. In fact, sometimes I'll get her out of her dog bed and say, let's go, just to make sure she doesn't have another accident. Anyway, enough of the negative stuff. I hate talking about that, but it's part of my story, man. And the harassment on the YouTube channel is unreal. I've had people blocked. Somebody who's been a subscriber for many years, long before I came here, got blocked off my channel 3 times. I didn't block her. Someone else was able to block somebody off my channel. How does that happen? Somebody that knows how to do malware and spoofing phone numbers probably knows how to do it, I would imagine. Right? But nobody in law enforcement cares. So like I said, I just need to go get healthy and forget I ever came here. Bob Sapp, hello from the UK. Good to see you. May I ask a quick question about from the UK? Sure. I'm 20 at university, okay? Easy. And that, okay. What other symptoms do you have? We can get ivermectin. And I got ivermectin. I don't want to get into all the symptoms. I got plenty, believe me. First time here, I was trying to get ivermectin a while back. What did you use it for? A parasite, what it's made for. Whiskey. In Maine, we used to have the cleanest water in the country. It's not like that anymore. We've got forever chemicals showing up in our water. Damn, dude, that sucks, bro. They've been shutting down affected farms. Holy shit. That's fucked up, dude. We can't eat any local fish or game anymore. Where are the chemicals coming from, homie? Shut down several beaches this summer. Man. E. coli scare. Holy shit, dude. That's terrible. DIY's in the house. Hey, brother. God bless you. Same to you, DIY. Love you, homeboy. Was you a gangster? No. Construction worker and a biker. No gangster here, homie. Clean money. TRU Trauman. I don't know what you saying, man, but I'm ready to do whatever you want. Look like a, with that tone of voice. You look like, oh, a leader with that tone of voice. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Grew up in foster homes. Been sticking up for myself my whole life. It's just how I am. I'm a protector, not a troublemaker. I don't like bullies. Somebody hassles somebody in my presence, I can't stop myself from getting involved. Most people won't get involved. I've done it many times. Got myself, I watched some guy at a Journey concert slapping his old lady around. I tossed him over a row of chairs and said, leave her alone. And she jumped on my back and started pulling my hair. And I said, look, man, you two need to take that shit home. I don't want to see it. So when it comes to sticking up for the weak, it's my nature. And as far as being a leader, I just tend to stay to myself. I'm not trying to be no leader, just a protector. Woo. They found high fever chemicals in rainwater. I was like, what the fuck? Oh man, here we go with the water, man. That's so fucked up. How did you get the parasite? I don't know. I think it came from my well, which is another long story I don't want to get into. So I think it came from bad water, but I really don't know. How can I avoid getting a parasite? Clean water, clean food. It's pretty rare. You know, it's not very common. It depends on where you live. Don't eat raw fish, that kind of thing. Look it up online. Look it up on YouTube. That's what I did. It's what I had to do. There's a great deal of material on YouTube about parasites. That's how I figured out what got me sick. Hi, everyone. Sofa, good to see you. Good morning. Older Papa, I'm ready to do it. I love you, man. Thank you. Organize us. Yeah. I just wanted some help for a dog rescue, man. That's all. That's the only reason I came on YouTube, was to get help for a dog rescue. Yeah, I've been told about the Walter White thing before. All right, I gotta get rid of this one. Find user from channel. Kind of funny how all of a sudden all my all my good folks' comments aren't here. More fun and games. Yeah, let me get rid of this one. We'll see if the comment section goes back to normal. I had to clean a little house. Catfishing and trolls. Oh, I'm almost out of cigarettes. After this, no more. Can't do it anymore. 21 and 20. Thank you, guys. Tina, good morning, Johnny. My daughter had parasites. Have you heard of something earth? No. My daughter used it to get rid of parasites. She picked it up from swimming in a river. Well, there you go. Parasites are common in water, and that's why I think it came from my well. Here, let me screenshot that. DIA, Daintom, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Tina, but thank you for that heads up. Did she get it from a doctor? Eric's in the house. Good to see you, homie. Good morning, brother. I hope you are having a great day. I'm hanging in there. Mama Dog, she got her stool softener and her laxative, and she had big accident yesterday in the house. Got all over me, all over the house. It was a little rough, man, but it's all good. She's still hanging in there, and life goes on. But it's great to see you, young man. How you doing? How's Texas treating you, brother? Mm. Thanks for all the thumbs up. By the way, I see 20 and 25. Woo woo, you guys are crushing it. I appreciate you. She's into natural healing. Look it up. I will. You get it from the Tractor Supply store. That's the same place I got ivermectin, so I know right where to go. Make sure it's food grade. She was good in a week. All clear. Damn, I'm on it. I will be picking some up as soon as possible. Thank you. The ivermectin helped. It made a huge difference for sure, but it didn't cure it. And when I first started taking it, I was all excited that my hopes were up and I thought it was going to be gone, and not so much. I mean, I'm not even going to get into it. Mm. DI, whiskey, batshit crazy. I got to get rid of some of these trolls. See, the thing is, somehow the trolls jam you guys for making comments. Sorry. 64 flyer. Got to get rid of that one. Got to get rid of that one. Had to clean house right quick. Be patient. Got to get rid of that one. It's funny, once I get rid of some of these trolls, all of a sudden the comments start coming back in again. Can't imagine why. Sorry to hear about Mayan have a big poo-poo accident. Yeah, dude, it was rough. She made quite the mess. Quite the mess. She's still kicking with you. Yes, sir. I'm glad you can handle it and not get worked up and mad with the accident. No, dude. It's not her fault she's sick, you know. And because she's not in pain, she has a hard time walking sometimes, but she doesn't whimper and she doesn't whine and she's not panting. So she shows no sign of pain. So I just keep her comfortable, man, and love her. And I'm very grateful she's still here, because when she passes, it's going to crush me. That means she's gone and Kimba's gone. And then I'm really alone, you know? Mama dog gives me purpose, right? She gives me somebody to take care of. She's a burden, you know what I mean? She's not some happy, healthy dog, but taking care of her gives me purpose. And once that goes away, I got to be really strong to check my anger and my sadness and all that stuff. This PTSD bullshit is going to go through the roof when she dies. And I know that. And it scares me. But I don't have a choice. Unless I can get back to California before she passes away, which I think is a stretch. You know, I'll be lucky if she's around for another month or two, another week or two. You know, she could go any day. And when that time comes, man, it's going to crush me. And I prepare for it every day. I have to. Because I know me. I'm real emotional. And I can't let my emotions control what I do and say. I learned that the hard way, right? Got used against me. People would trigger me on purpose and then point at me and say, oh, look, he's unhinged. He's dangerous. He's paranoid. because I was being gaslighted by a whole bunch of people and then they used it against me. Now I understand. So I won't fall prey to that behavior ever again. You know, now that I know what people do and how they do it and use it against you, good luck with yourself. And when I don't feel good, I won't come out here. And all my old videos are more proof as to what happened. The comments I used to get, stand down, old man, before you get put down. That's a death threat. Then I had some other clown recently say, your property line ain't gonna stop me. Another terroristic threat, right? Shit is illegal. And these people up here crank calls on my phone, talking mad shit. That's a hate crime. But nobody gives two shits about this old man, so I just walk away. But I know what happened, and I got proof to exactly what happened. Thanks, Eric, man. Thanks for the hugs. Tina, thank you. I appreciate you. Spooky Creepy, you can adopt a bum off the street and take care of them. I've been trying to start a charity so I can help homeless veterans. I don't need to adopt a bum. I need to find a good person that's down on their luck and help them. That's what I'm gonna do. Tony 420's in the house. Good to see you, homeboy. Good morning. Always a pleasure. You should go to church. I went to a church up here. It was the kind of church, when I went there, they pulled me in front of the whole audience, or whatever you want to call it, congregation, up to the preacher lady. My back is to the congregation, and she's looking me in the face and saying a bunch of stuff, and I was real nervous. There was a man standing behind me like this, waiting to catch me if I fainted. You know this thing they call talking in tongues? It was the strangest church I've ever been to. Not to mention the second time I went, because I didn't want to just blow it off because of one bad experience. The second time I went, there was some guy running around with the flag. Then he gets up there and starts talking about how you should tithe 10% of your income to the church. Churches have agendas. I have a real strong relationship with God in my heart. I pray every day. The dear Lord knows what's in my heart and what I'm trying to do, and He's got my back. I believe that. I got faith in God. So as far as I should go to a church, been there, done that. I ain't doing it again. Now, if I met a bunch of good people that I could see eye to eye with, and they all went to one specific church, I'd go check it out in a heartbeat. It's the people in the church that make the difference when it comes to a church. But many times in a church, they push their own opinions and their own interpretations of the Bible to suit them, not because it's God's will. Just saying. Tony, keyboard warriors, amen, brother. Did you open a case against them? I tried. Can't get no help in this county, so I'm done. I'm leaving. I've been chased off this property and I'm leaving. They won. Johnny fought the law and the law won. So I'm gone. I'm out of here. My safety is at risk. I'm leaving. I want America and the UK to save our nations from our governments. Amen, Lewis. I just don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime. Tiffany, what state are you located? I'm in northern Wisconsin, almost at the Canadian border, a little town called Tomahawk. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I moved up here to start a dog charity, and it turned into a shit show, unfortunately. And now I have to leave, go back to California, regroup, and find a new place to start my charity. It's unfortunate because I got 30 acres with apple trees and grapevines and deer and turkey and all kinds of food that come right into my yard. But because the property that I bought was in a very large family, they don't want me here. They've done a great deal to push me off the property, so I'm leaving. Tuck and tail and going back home and starting over somewhere else. Anchor down, brother. Amen. Thank you, homie. You know what time it is. Let me get rid of this clown. Hide user from channel. What a shame. It's so beautiful there. It is. It's a crying shame. But I tried to stick up for myself and got nowhere, so I have to sell and go somewhere else. I've been praying for a setup like that. Yeah, me too. I mean, I got fruit trees and wild game that comes into the yard, and if, you know, things go to hell in a handbag as far as food, and I got a well and make sure it's clean. So water and food, I didn't have no worries, man. I got a barn. I was going to get a cow for milk and cheese. I got chicken coops out there in the barn for eggs. I was going to do all that stuff. Prepper 101. I've been a prepper for many years. Plenty of tools and whatnot. You know, used to stack precious metals. Same thing. It's a great setup. And when I leave here, I will find another place where I can do the same thing. The only thing is, you can't buy fruit trees coming out of the ground. That's hard to find. A property that has mature fruit trees on it, that's a valuable asset in this day and age. I got a grapevine, Concord grapes, black walnuts, cherries, apples, all growing right out of the ground. I got a dozen apple trees. It absolutely breaks my heart to leave here, but it's not safe here for me. And I could go on and on as to why, but it's pointless. I just have to leave. Property looks beautiful. Thank you. Any dogs with you? Yeah, I got one elder dog who's got 1 foot in the grave, but eventually I'll have many more. I have many animals, but never enough space. Amen. I live on 30 acres. 30. My ultimate goal was to find 10 people down on their luck. Aged out foster children and homeless veterans were on the top of the list. Give them a place to live, food, shelter. Help me save 100 dogs. That was my ultimate goal. 10 people and 100 dogs. I got woods with trees everywhere. I wanted to buy a sawmill and build little doggy apartments. And each person would take care of 10 dogs. So a 10-to-1 ratio would be real easy. Build cabins as people came in, build homes, do whatever I needed to do. I got 2 houses. I got way more than I need because I was trying to establish a charity, a real charity, and then turn it into a foundation. So when I die, the people that are here helping me with the dogs inherit everything. I have no family. Me and my daughter haven't talked in years. So I have nobody to leave this to. And part of the reason these people got away with what they did, me living here, is because I had no witnesses. I was an easy victim for them, an easy target. A man all alone, 2,000 miles from home. They had a heyday with me. This gaslighting and gang stalking and all this bullshit. Very real. There's a lot of haters out there. My wife was half black. My daughter's half Filipino. And those people hold rallies in Wisconsin. Look up those people, you know, these ones. Look them up. Put that word in your search engine and put Wisconsin and put the word rally. Those are the kind of people that live in this state. Not everybody in here in this state is bad people. I've met good people here for sure. But those kind of people call me a race traitor. Those kind of people have hassled me on my cell phone. Admitted to being one of these people. Out loud. With pride. I called them that word. I don't want to use it because the gadget don't like it, you know, these people. I called him one of those people and he says to me, "You're damn right." I said, "Thank you for that." Recorded it. Crank called me 3 times. But nobody in this state will help me. I've tried. Called the governor. He didn't give 2 shits. Called the state's attorney general. Got nowhere. I've called anybody and everybody I could for help. Couldn't get help from anyone. So I'm tucking tail, going back to California, regroup, sell this property from far away, for sale by owner, and I'll sell it from California. I'll get the hell out of here. I'll hang cameras so that I can watch the property from far away. And when it sells, I'll buy another piece of land somewhere else and start all over. Good morning. How are you? How's the old dog doing? M-E-L-L-O-W. Mellow. She's hanging in there, man. I got her some laxative and all that nonsense. She had a big accident yesterday, but she's still with us, man, and she's comfortable, so I'm very blessed. Tiffany, the Lord has blessed me through HUD and VASH, which is why I ask, what state are you in? Gotcha. Thank you, Tiffany. Mellow, everything is just for a time. Go find a happy place. Amen. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's why I said I had to let go of all this anger and vengeance towards these people, man. It was eating me up inside. I just need to go be happy. Forget everything that happened to me. Forget about pressing charges and civil rights and lawsuits and all that nonsense. I'll clear my good name with the hospital and forget all about the rest. Sweep, you seem a godsend. Okay. Tina, 100% understand. I'm in Michigan. Nothing like living in the country. Amen, Tina. That's what I'm saying. Tiffany, are you saying it's too late? Too late for what? It's never too late. I'm going to have my dog rescue come hell or high water unless the maker takes me first. Lewis, the governments are going to turn off the grid for a while. Many people are saying this. Wow, that sounds amazing. I dream of what you have. Although the government wouldn't like you doing that kind of, yeah, no doubt, Lewis. No doubt. Tina, God has bigger plans for you, Johnny. You are a good man. Thank you, Tina. And I believe that in my heart of hearts. Somebody said a prayer for me. That's how I found this town. I would have never moved to Wisconsin. And when I was trying to start this charity, I was looking in Tennessee and Kentucky because it was the most affordable place where I could get, I wanted at least 10 acres, between 10 and 20 acres. I knew that would be enough room for what I wanted to do. And because somebody in this town said a prayer for me, touched my heart, and I thought, ooh, I should look there. I didn't know anything about Wisconsin. Cheeseheads, watching Monday Night Football, these guys wearing cheese on their head at, the frozen tundra. That's all I knew about Wisconsin. That and Harley Davidson, Milwaukee. That's all I knew about Wisconsin. So I came here and I was very ignorant and naive. And it bit me in the ass. I had no idea how many haters are in Wisconsin. And then I was told that the Dutch and the Germans settled here, settled this part of the country. Many of the Germans that settled this part of the country came here after World War II. That's why these people hold rallies in this state. Hate is a learned behavior. If you look at the rallies those people hold in this state, they're young. Where do you think they learned that from? They learned it from their mama and their papa. That's why I say the haters that hate on me here are serious. And I'm fully aware. I got a big mouth. I stick up for myself. I don't live in fear. I'm not afraid to die. I look forward to meeting my maker. But I'm in no hurry to get there. I got a lot of work to do. I want this charity. It burns in me. Doing nice things for these dogs makes me feel good. Growing up the way I did, I had very little love in my life. And my little Kimba dog that died, she gave me more love than any human ever did. And I owe her. I owe these dogs for that. Most people don't understand that. They're too selfish, self-centered. They don't get that. But it's all I think about. I worked for almost 40 years paying taxes. I got a pension and Social Security. I'm 61 years old. I take home over $5,000 a month to sit on my ass because I earned it the hard way. And it's more than I need, so I want to give it back to the dogs. And what happened to me here is a crime. It's so unbelievable that how anybody could try to do what I'm trying to do and be met with such adversity. That tells me evil's real. And all you got to do is watch the videos. All the way back to a mobile home park that I lived in before I even came here. The whole story's there for anyone to see, from start to finish. I've been talking about doing this charity for over 13, 14 years. Before I was even retired, this is what I wanted to do with my life. Because I knew I would be retired, and I knew living in California, I couldn't afford to get land, too expensive. So I knew I had to look outside of California and leave everyone and everything behind, and I did. And then I come here and I get thrown in jail behind some bullshit. I get lied on in the courtroom. I get hassled on here. I get my phone and my iPad hacked. It's constant. And recently I got God in my life, my own way. And I have faith that he's going to get me through. And we talk about God out here all the time. To me, this is church. Talking to good people down there, saying prayers for each other, lifting each other up, loving on each other, saying nice things. But when you read some of these trolls' comments, it's unreal what these people say. Unbelievable that somebody would talk that kind of shit to a stranger in the comment section, because they won't say it to my face. keyboard bullies, right? They hide behind their keyboard. What is wrong with people? Why would you do that? Why would you talk shit to a complete stranger you don't even know? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. None. But that just goes to show how fucked up the world is right now. For people to behave that way, troll people like that, say really foul and hateful and threatening comments in a comment section to a stranger, somebody you never met. Why would you do that? I got trolled by a guy who said he was a narcissist. He liked my angry side, he said. He goes, I'm going to give you a clue. He goes, I'm going to clue you in on why these people do what they do. Guys in the comment section that hassle somebody that looks like me were molested by their father. And they lash out to somebody that looks like me because of what happened to them as a child. He said, don't take it personal. You get too upset. It's got nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what happened to them when they were a kid. And once I learned that, I feel sorry for him. But for a long time, they would trigger me. I had trolls. Do you know there's chat rooms for trolls where they'll go in volume to somebody's channel, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them at a time. They'll go to a channel and they will troll somebody. I had this idiot say, ooh, look, he's triggered. I didn't know what triggered was back then. They get excited to see you upset. It brings them pleasure to upset you. How fucked up do you gotta be to get excited and happy because you got somebody upset? And you see so much of it. That's how bad things are. People got nothing better to do than get in a comment section and bust somebody's balls that looks like me because their dad did them wrong. Rather than go talk to somebody, figure out what's wrong with you and try to be happy. See, I didn't know anything about complex PTSD. I didn't know why I cried so easy and why I got so angry. I didn't know that the shit you go through as a kid fucks with you when you're an adult. I knew I had bad memories. I knew that. But I didn't understand not being able to modulate my emotions, being triggered and all that. I learned it on YouTube. How things that happen to you as a child manifest as in behavior as an adult. See, I thought the past was in the past, didn't have nothing to do, and when I got pissed off, it was your fault because the world fucked me up. Well, it's not your fault. It is what it is, and it's on me to control my anger. And once I learned that, it changed everything. Because I knew it was my responsibility. No matter who triggers me or how they trigger me, it's on me to maintain my cool and my sadness. And in the mornings, I'm very sad, sometimes very angry, and I have to process those emotions. Sometimes I play music that makes me cry, and I get it out, and then I feel better, and then I can go get about my day. But if I don't do that every morning, those emotions stick with me all day and they fuck with me all day long. And I learned that the hard way too. Why I couldn't shake this bad mood. Why am I so sad all day long? And now, in the mornings, I sit with it. I work through it. And some days it doesn't go away. Some days it's paralyzing. But I don't rub it off on other people anymore. I don't get triggered to misbehave because it gets used against me. I learned a great deal in the short time I've been here. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's been hard. But I got no support group. I got no help except for good people in the comment section and other YouTube channels that are trying to help people. Not these idiots that get off on causing people harm, right? How many times on YouTube did somebody fuck with somebody and somebody ended up dying? Trolls take it too far. YouTube stunts. I had a cop tell me how, oh, we know how you like your YouTube stunts. A fucking idiot, man. I don't do stunts out here. There's a YouTube channel I've watched several times. This Mexican guy that goes around throwing gang signs and thinks it's funny and tries to start a fight with a real gang member. And then he holds the camera. Hey, man, it's just a YouTube video. One of these days, that dude's going to get hurt. You fuck with the wrong people and they don't control their temper, you're going to pay the price, man. Same thing for these trolls. They're going to troll the wrong person. They're going to snap somebody and they'll go looking for them. Trolls think they're insulated with their gadget and their keyboard. It's not that hard to find somebody. Your thumbnail, your YouTube channel will lead right back to your fucking house. Anybody with good gadget skills will find you. So you better be careful, troll, who you fuck with. You can't fuck with me no more because I know your game. I know why you do what you do, and I know what motivates you to do what you do, so therefore you can't hurt my feelings anymore. Go ahead, talk all the shit you want. It's just hide this user from channel. It's one button away to get rid of you. Nobody comes up my driveway and trolls me, I can guarantee you that. But one day, one of these trolls will fuck with the wrong person and they will lose their life. It's happened. And I'm sure it's happened several times. Some people just don't learn the lesson until it's too fucking late. Tiffany, this is breaking my heart. Dang. Yeah, thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Tony, dang. Lewis, what's happening in those rallies? What do they want? I don't know, dude. I don't watch them. I stumbled across it by mistake. I wasn't even looking for that nonsense. It came up. I was looking for something else about Wisconsin, and then the suggestion popped up, and I was like, holy shit. These motherfuckers are in uniform, right? Real uniforms. Flags, the whole bit. I didn't even think that was legal. The right to assemble and free speech, it doesn't matter. Just like those motherfuckers with the pointy white hats, man. Same. The Constitution of the United States allows you freedom of speech and the right to assemble, and they use that to hold their little hate rallies, right? Go on YouTube and look it up for your damn self. That's where I saw it. It came up as a suggestion. I was looking for something else and that popped up. Trying to find information about this state. And when I saw that, all of a sudden the light bulb went off. Johnny, this is why. This is why you're having such a hard time. You came from California. Your wife was black. Your baby's Filipino. You're a race traitor. Right? And that puts me in danger because these people are real haters. And I get that. But I got the right to bear arms. I'm not a convicted felon. And that's the only thing that keeps these people off my jock. I'm sure of it. That don't mean they won't do something. Before I leave here, I'm fully aware. And if that's what the good Lord had intended, then so be it. But that's not what I came here for. I didn't come here for a Hatfields and McCoy. I didn't come here for a fight. I came here to start a charity. And my videos are proof. I've been talking about starting this charity long before I came to Wisconsin. Before I started doing Bible study with the lady who said a prayer for me that's from this town. That's how I found this town. I had people in the comment section telling me, Johnny, you were targeted. You're a targeted individual. Well, what the fuck is that? Then I started looking up what a target individual is. And I was like, man, here we go again. Gang stalking, gaslighting, targeted individual. Why do people behave that way? Why the fuck would anybody want to fuck with this old man who wants to do a charity? I don't go drinking in the bar. I don't go riding a Harley around in town. I don't eat at restaurants. I've never eaten at a restaurant in town. My neighbor took me to one little restaurant by a lake up here one time. It was beautiful. That's the only meal I've ever eaten in this town in almost 3 fucking years. I go to the grocery store, I go to the hardware store, and I come home. I don't interact with anybody here. It's all comes to me. I don't go out looking for trouble. It all came to me. But I can't get no help. I can't get nobody to listen, so I'm walking away. I had this thing like, oh, I got to get my justice. I got to get all these people jammed up for what they did to me. It's wrong. I'm sure they've done it to other people. They need to learn a lesson, is what I kept saying. They need to learn a lesson, and I'm going to teach them. Not my job. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I give it all up to God now. It's not my job to educate these people about hatred. Haters are going to hate. Trust me. I know all about it. But I grew up in a black neighborhood. There was a time in my life, my best friend, Benny Bass, was as dark-skinned black person as you could get. I used to sleep at his house and eat dinner with him and his parents. We used to work on our bicycles together. He had twin beds in his bedroom, and we used to do the Soul Train line dance in between these twin beds and laugh at each other. Salt and pepper, man. That's how I came up. I was the light bulb in the neighborhood. I was the minority in my neighborhood. I was called a wannabe by black people and white people. I never fit nowhere. That's why I start Misfit Island for the broken toys. Just like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, go look it up, 1960 whatever, with the little blinking nose, the abominable snowman and the dentist and the jack-in-the-box, all these broken toys on an island loving each other. That's where the name comes from. It's been my whole fucking life. And I thought this YouTube channel would be a commercial and it would help me find my broken toys. And it didn't work. No, instead I found trolls. It's a fucked up world we live in. And so when I leave here and I go back to California and I find another piece of property, if I don't find any broken toys, I'll do it by myself. I'll have 10 dogs to my head. Me and 10 dogs. I'll do it my way. I might be broken, but I don't give up. I don't run in fear. Never have, never will. Too angry to be scared. Just too angry to be scared. And that puts me in danger, right? Any normal person wouldn't be out here running their mouth about these people when they got you surrounded, right? I just don't care. You come up my driveway, I'll deal with you. Comment section's easy. Anyway. I'm gonna go take care of my old dog. Go love on her. I got a lot of emotion right now. Talking about this stuff gets me upset. Makes me sad. To think all this is over, right? At my age, to start all over again and go through everything and move again, it's a long shot. And I know that, right? When you consider everything I said, and this is what I live on, $30 acres with 2 houses, an auto shop, a functional barn with electricity, and a steel pole building in the back. I could put 10 people on this property right now. We might have to be a little cozy until we built a couple cabins, but I could do it right now. But nobody took me up on my offer. So I gotta go. Anyway, I gotta get after this dog. Thank you guys. I love you. All of you, I do. All you good people down there, I don't care how much dog shit I gotta sift through when it comes to trolls. The handful of good people in that comment section means everything to me. That tells me one day I will find my misfits and I will have my Misfit Island and happily ever after. I know it in my heart of hearts. So on that note, I got to go. Much love and respect as always. Love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the trolls. And like I always do when I get off this thing, do a kind act for a stranger. Hold the door open at the grocery store. You see somebody broke down on the road, give them a ride. You see somebody homeless on the street, pick up a hamburger. A kind act for a stranger. It goes a long way. For you. That warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you do something nice for somebody, that's God kissing you on the cheek, man. Thank you, right? Being your brother's keeper. It's right out the Bible. A kind act for a stranger. Somebody will see you do that. You'll plant a seed in their head, and then they'll go, oh, you know what? Here, let me hold that for you. Or here, let me help you with that. That's what the world needs right now. Not a troll. Not a bunch of haters. We need a kind act for a stranger. All right, gotta go. I love you guys. Peace.